Hello again, just want to pick up a word question, page 29, grade D rated, still playing with decimals and what have you. Now the reason this question is a word question involving decimals is because it involves money, and when you quote money in pounds and pennies, the pennies part forms part of the decimal. So I just want to tackle the question on page 29, question 8. It's talking about Rachel wants to make some curtains. She's got two choices. She can go for fabric A, and fabric A costs £5.20 per metre, so let's put a pound sign there, and that's where the decimal bit comes in, 0.20, and she needs 9.5 metres of this particular fabric. Or she can go for fabric B, and it's slightly wider, but therefore it costs more. So fabric B costs £6.80 per metre. If she goes for that, then she's going to require only 7.2 metres of this. Alright, so that's the situation. Does she go for fabric A or fabric B, and what's the cost of the cheaper way to make the curtains? Well, let's work out both of them first. If we go down here, she's going to pay £5.20 for every metre, therefore multiply by 9.5. Get the answer in a minute. Grab a calculator, we'll do it straight away. So on my machine, just to prove to you I'm using a calculator, there it is. I'm going to go 5.20 multiplied by 9.5 metres, and I'm getting, oops, just dropped the pen, and I'm getting, where has it gone? What's this? £49 and 4 at the end. Now please look very carefully at that. In terms of getting a communication mark in an examination, you would fail on that part. You will be examined on the quality of your written communication. Quality of your written communication. It's called a QWC mark. And since we're talking money and this is England, you put a 0 at the end of it because it's £49 and 40 pence. So that 0 is really important to gain the quality of written communication mark. Alright, that's just an aside, but it's really important. It's a mark or two worth having across the whole paper. Now, in the same way, let's go for fabric B. She's going to spend £6.80 for every metre, so that's 7.2 metres. Let's work it out on our machine. So 6.80 times 7.2 metres, that gives us, this is easier to write because you can see both decimal places, this gives us £48.96. Therefore fabric B will be cheaper. Alright, I'm happy with that. I just want to sign it off. It's done, and that's a really good word problem. Don't think there's any more I want to do on that, so let's just go to another page and do something a little bit different, still related to decimals and what have you. I don't think I need a machine for this next bit. Anyway, it says this is section 2.5 on page 30. Write these fractions into decimals. So I'm going to go for that right now. The first fraction I have is 4/5. Now I know it is a calculator module. The whole of Unit 1 is calculator, but just take a look at this. Put that into a decimal. Well, you realised from the very first videos in the course, if we multiply top and bottom by 2, we're going to get 8/10, and you should know that 8/10 is 0.8 as a decimal. Therefore 4/5 is 0.8. I also did 1/8 with you before. 1/8 is 0.125. I'll let you think about that. If in doubt, go 1 divided by 8 on your calculator and you'll get there. 2/5, very easy. You can see that 2/5 is 4/10, then straight away you can jump into 0.4 and be happy. A bit bigger. That one as well, a little bit bigger. Okay, fine. We've got 3/25. Put it over here. 3/25. Supposing you forgot your calculator, don't ever do that in my lesson, just bring it. If we get this thing out of 100, what we've done is effectively multiply by 4. So do the same to the top, multiply by 4, and 3 4s are 12, so 12/100, I'm sure you can see that 0.4 0.12. Alright, dead easy. 11 over 20, do one over here I think. 11 over 20, again calculator, 11 divided by 20, get the answer. If we take it out of 100 by multiplying by 5 there, multiply that one by 5, 11 times 5 is 55, therefore the decimal is going to be 0.55, and that's beautiful. Right, question 2, I rather fancy this one. Let's just change flavour to, I don't know, something pretty I suppose. How about that one? Just looks pretty, I really fancy it. Right, it says here, which of these fractions is closest to 0.67? I'm going to try not to use a calculator. If I get stuck, 0.67, that's not very good at all, is it? Anyway, 0.67, hopefully the camera will zoom in on that. I've got 3 over 4. Well, 3 over 4 is 0.75, that's generally well known. Next one is 5 over 8. 5 over 8. Well, if you look over here, 1/8 is 0.125. I just have to multiply that by 5, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now because I want to save time. So 5 divided by 8 is 0.625. Right here, 0.625, and the next one I've got is 3/5. So 3/5 is the last one. 3/5, oh I can see that one, that's like saying 6 over 10, well that's 0.6. Let's take a look. I've got 0.75, oh way too big. I've got 0.625 and 0.6. Now if I fill up with zeros here, I've got 0.60, so read it like a 60. I've got 0.62 there and 0.75 there. I reckon that is 0.07 away from that one. That is only 0.025 away, so I can see quite clearly, I hope you can too, that this one here, where's the pen gone? That this one here is going to be closer to that. So which fraction matches 0.67 better? It's approximately equal to 5 over 8 in terms of closeness, alright? So note too big, note too small, yep, good enough. So I'll sign that off and call that done. Actually I've had a very definite change of heart here. I want to do, how does this move? I definitely want to do a couple of word problems. I found a couple in the assess that are worth our attention. We've got a question 6 on page 31, grade E rated. We have John says that he and Carl are the same weight to one significant figure. Now this is John's weight, short for Jonathan. He weighs 76 kilograms, and we have Carl who weighs 82 kilograms, and the situation is John says that he and Carl are the same weight when you round them both to one significant figure. Now let's look at it carefully. 76 can be called 70 or 80. Carl's 82 can be called 80 or 90. The question is, which of these is each one nearest to? Now 76, I'm sure you'd call that 80 rather than 70 because that's 5 or more, go up to 80. So that is correct to 1SF. And as for Carl, would you call 82 90, or would you drop it down to 80? Well, it's only a 2 there, it's not going to push the 8 up to the 90, is it? So actually Carl is also 82 to one significant figure, which makes John correct. Well done, Jonathan. You obviously know your maths, you're going to get a grade E, or maybe a little bit better. Question 7 I also like quite a lot. I just like the punchline really. It says estimate the value of 18.96 multiplied by 4.96. Now we're to estimate it. The hint is we use one significant figure. Doesn't even say that in the question, but we can do it anyway. So we're going to call that 20 because it's nearer to 20 than 10, and we're going to call that 5 because it's nearer to 5 than 4. Now if we work this out, 20 times 5 is 100, and obviously we know that, so that's correct. And the question is Is your answer an overestimate or an underestimate? And also we have to explain that. Well, clearly the answer of 100 is an overestimate because we rounded 18.96 up to 20 and we rounded 4.96 up to 5. So in both cases, in both 18.96 and 4.96, we rounded both numbers up. Therefore we multiplied by two larger numbers to give an even larger number as a final answer. Therefore it's an overestimate. And just want to stop it right there because that's enough on the assess.